Let's provide an overview of the student-level report process. Before you start the student-level report, please make sure your grad-only files generated from the grad status reconciliation work have been loaded in our database before you generate the student-level file. If you generated your student-level files prior to completing the grad status reconciliation work, it is recommended to regenerate the student-level files so the most up-to-date information is populated on those files. Once you've determined that the data from the graduated status reconciliation page has been processed, navigate to the student-level report tile. Select Standard Reporting, which is the last 8 award years, or Transitional Reporting, which is the last 2 award years. Before we continue, you can change the reporting type from the dashboard before you submit to NSLDS. You can only reset your reporting type up until the initial FVT reporting deadline. After the first reporting deadline, you must continue to use the same reporting type you selected for the following 6 reporting cycles. Please note any work done on the files will be lost if you reset your reporting type, so please make sure to save those files before you switch. After you select your reporting type, you can move on to generating your student cohort files. Click Generate and we'll create those 8 or 2 files for you, depending on the reporting type you selected. This can take around 10 minutes, so you can generate the file and then come back once it's ready to be downloaded. You will also receive an email notification when the files are ready to download. It will populate all the award years and downloadable files for you. There is a link at the top for the file specifications and layout. This is very important when working the files. The layout guide details what data the clearinghouse is populating in the files and what data will need to be populated by your institution. We also recommend downloading the sample test file template, as it will show which fields are required for total amount versus annual amount records. As you populate the data, some data is specific to AA records, some to TA records, and some to both. So that layout guide and sample file template will help you determine if you should be populating that data or not. There is also an invalid flag indicator in the layout guide. When you encounter students who haven't been awarded Title IV aid, set the invalid flag indicator to T. That means the student did not receive Title IV aid for the CIP code listed. Leave the financial aid fields blank for these students. Please do not use $signs or decimals in the amount fields. Round to the nearest whole dollar when populating these fields to avoid errors when you upload the file back to us. Once you've populated your student cohort files with the appropriate data, go to the data upload screen. There is a drag and drop box. Drag and drop each file back to us by award year. As they successfully upload on the right-hand side, little check marks appear for each award year. If you're doing transitional, 2 award years, and for standard, 8 award years will need to be uploaded back to us. Please note, only the financial aid officer role will be able to upload files to the platform. Once files are uploaded, a series of checks will be run on the files and any errors or warnings will be presented for your review. You don't need to wait for all files to upload to begin working on data correction. To review the errors and warnings, click the Data Correction button at the top or the links for each file separately. Begin by resolving the errors. They'll be presented on the first tab. There is also a tab for warnings and a tab for the student records. Errors must be corrected prior to submitting the files. Warnings do not have to be corrected, but should be reviewed and acknowledged for accuracy. Please see our other student-level report tutorials for more information on how to resolve student-level report errors and warnings. Once finished with the data correction, you can go to Student Records tab to see a list of excluded students. This list can also be downloaded for your records. Once you do that, return to the Data Corrections All Uploaded Award Years page. Click the Submit to Clearinghouse button for each individual award year file and wait for the status to change to completed. If you would like to revert an individual award year file, this can be done by selecting the Revert AY to In Progress link for the specific award year file. Before resetting, download any files you uploaded or corrected, as the previous data will be lost. Once all uploaded award year files show as completed, the Continue to Accept and Send button becomes available. Moving on, there's a screen with some additional information. The gray box at the top lists programs by CIP code that were not included in your student level report and the reasons why they weren't included. For example, CIP 1234 was excluded because we only found 23 completers. Again, you need 30 completers to be pulled into the file for the CIP code to be included for reporting. So we're just letting you know which programs were not included. Below, there is a link for the consolidated student level report. Once all of your files are submitted, we're going to consolidate the data to the NSLDS's required format. You can download the report for your records and do a final review. Finally, select Accept and Send to NSLDS. Once the student level report is sent to NSLDS, NSLDS may come back with additional errors. You will receive an email notification if they come back with errors. The student level report tile will display a new button that says View NSLDS Error Report as well. Click on the button to review the error report from NSLDS. This page will show the total errors and records with errors. You can also download the NSLDS Error Report worksheet, as the errors will need to be corrected directly in the NSLDS system. For more information on how to resolve the errors, please see our Student Level Report Resolution for Common NSLDS Errors resource. If you prematurely sent the data to NSLDS and need to make edits, you can reset the entire student level report section and resubmit the data prior to the initial reporting deadline. Prior to resetting the student level report, download a copy of the student level report files on the Data Corrections page. If you started the program level report, download the program level file from the PLR Error Corrections page as well. Then go to Accept and Send on the student level report and click Reset SLR to In Progress. You will start from the Generating the SLR files. Once you finish and send the SLR to NSLDS, re-upload the PLR, make any data corrections, and submit the PLR to NSLDS. We are here to help you through this process, so please reach out to us if you have any questions.